The federal government has recently started pushing very hard through codes and standards that their buildings are going to be designed and procured in a net zero emissions way. Building buildings that have a net zero carbon emission annually. And that's not only through just building the building, it's operating it, it's actually building it, and it's also deconstructing it. First, we have to design buildings just like the high performance buildings, just like we have been designing them. But we got to remember, you've got to go beyond code. You've got to go further than what's published in standards and codes. So standards and codes are basically the worst building you can design. So as designers and engineers, you have to go further. So funding these projects means that we need to program them much better, meaning what has to go into a net zero emissions building. That it includes photovoltaics, potentially, better building design, more money for renewables, and all the other things that go beyond code to put in a building. And the government does have timelines and dates that are right here close. 2050, I believe, is the time frame they're looking to have these net zero buildings designed. So it is going to be a big challenge to do that for everyone in the building design pipeline, from the federal agencies all the way down to the subcontractors that work on these buildings. Hanger, in my position, puts me in a great position to assist the design team in developing the energy conservation measures, which will allow a building to reach the net zero emissions goal. If you have a site that has a microgrid, the site usually also has ties to primary commercial electric power. So if that primary commercial electric power is to ever go off, this site, through its microgrid, can continue to operate through a combination of photovoltaics and or generators of some sort, whether they're fuel cells or diesel generators. Again, if you lost that primary source of power, what would be the plan be to keep the mission critical buildings online and have the power there to do that pretty much indefinitely?